Hi, I'm Duncan and I live in Brixton in South London.
So, Duncan, from Brixton in South London. Right now we're actually in a market, right? It's called the Brixton Village.
Brixton Village, yeah.
So, what is this place?
This is an indoor market that's been here for generations and generations, and yeah, it's always served to people of Brixton with all their fruit and vegetable and everything they need.
Is there a certain community that lives here?
Brixton's it's the part of London where all the Africans and all the Caribbeans live. So a lot of West Africans here, a lot of Nigerians and Ghanaians, and a lot of Jamaicans and Trinidadians and Guyanans, and I guess this is the central part of London where those communities reside and live.
So in this market you can find a lot of products from their culture. And what kind of stuff do you buy when you go here?
Well, it's kind of become the food part of, it's unofficially become the food capital of London, Brixton, especially this place, Brixton Village, because it's where like all the artisan, local, independent chefs and bakers and coffee makers and all these things have all set up little individual stalls. So there's no brand names in this village at all. It's all commercial. It's all anti-commercial, but it's all very good quality as well. And everyone's always winning awards for the little. There's like one place that just does gluten-free pizzas, and it's won awards because it's the best place in London to get gluten-free pizza. And bread makers, that's all they do. They just make bread, and people come here to buy the bread. And so that's why I come here, mainly for food.
And is there a certain day that you come, or can you kind of come any day?
Oh, it's open all the time, but the weekend's the best time to come because there's more life around. There's like kids running around, and it's a real sort of part of the Brixton community.
I heard there's kind of something special at this place in terms of money.
Yeah. Well, it's not just this place; it's the whole of Brixton. To maintain the community spirit of Brixton, and as a fight against the ongoing, capitalisation of everywhere, they've got their own currency here called the Brixton pound, which it's intended to keep local money in Brixton. So, like most places in Brixton, be it the cinema or even a big department store or every place inside the Brixton Village market, all take the Brixton pound, which means if you might buy a coffee, if you would go somewhere and then pay £10 to get 10 Brixton pounds back. And then that means that you get more value for money. So if you buy a coffee, then you might, and pay with a Brixton pound, you might get like a free cookie or something.
So it's really like a value thing. That's why.
Well, it's a value thing, but it's designed to keep local businesses in Brixton going. So you might pay £10 for something, you might get some change, and then that'll be Brixton pounds, and you spend that in somewhere else. So it just means that the money that you change your money into Brixton pounds, and that will stay in Brixton, and it keeps all these places alive. And it kind of is a fun thing to do as well. It sort of adds to the whole community vibe of the place,
And final question: do you have a favorite place that you'd recommend in the market?
Oh well, there's a Pakistan restaurant. It's got a really small menu. They do pretty much lamb curry or chicken curry or samosas or rice. I think that's the menu in full pretty much. You just choose what meat you want. But it's like, amazing curry. And it's just done freshly prepared. The size of the restaurant is tiny, and you say what you want, and then they make it by hand. Everything's all done by hand. You get fresh juice. You can get fresh like cucumber and ginger juice with that, or whatever you want. Yeah, that's my favorite place.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us a tour of Brixton Market. This is a cool place to be. When it's raining, you can go outside. There's also a market outside, but yeah, here we are in Brixton Market, London.